the outside, managing a warehouse may seem straightforward. But as we all know here, it's like navigating a complicated maze full of challenges and problems.
Really, it's like navigating a vast ocean with hidden currents. Without the right tools, one might as well be sailing blindfolded. Warehouses nowadays are way more than just storage spaces. They're dynamic, fast-paced environments.
So, we would like to show you some of the problems that we found out and the solutions we're giving to them. The first one being the analytical blind spots. What happens when the sheer amount of data is so much that we just can't make any sense of it?
Or when a performance gap in picklist processing slows down operation, affecting customer satisfaction.
Sure, another big one is team inefficiency. Sometimes our workforce is not fully utilized and it just lacks a strategic direction.
Lack of transparency in spatial layout and inventory is another problem we're really excited to show you how we tackled it.
Today, we're proud to announce Skustack Lens, a beacon in the complexity of warehouse management. The first problem, analytical blind spot, is being conquered by operational insights. We transform data into actionable analytics so that our clients, you, can come up with data-driven strategies.
Next up is the comprehensive picklist visibility. Here, we bring light to every aspect of the picklist process, from movements to employees and orders.
Yeah, also we have workforce management. We bring you strategic oversights so you can optimize your productivity and come up with operational goals for the people who are working for you.
Finally, we have spatial intelligence, which brings to light a digital twin of your warehouse. With it, every aisle is transparent and every operation can be looked as if you're there in the warehouse seeing it all.
Absolutely. So let's now dive into our first module, which is the operational insights.
Operational insights is a centralized place for your analytics. This means efficient picking, precise sorting, accurate fulfillments, replenish effectiveness, RMAs, adjustments, transfers, and even more.
Really, the operational insights is an overview into the operational health of your warehouse. This means that we bring you a comprehensive dashboard for your data. So now, let's see a video of what the insights are.
Absolutely. We started with insights here, and as you can see, it's full with all sorts of data. We have on the top, at a glance, seeing units picked for the current period that you have selected in the header prior, and then comparison to the one after. We have movements, reports, most picked products, units per employee, units by type, movements by type, everything.
Yeah, it's not about numbers. It's about understanding the who, the how, and the when. You can also choose between one or more warehouses, and you can choose between first-party or third-party fulfillment. Of course, if you want to do some additional data crunching, you can export your data and do so with your team. You can see we have all sorts of graphs for you to go out there and explore, and we would like to receive any feedback that you may have.
Of course, we shall also tell them that the data is exportable, like everything in Sellercloud. So the next one is picklist visibility.
Yeah, data is everything, so let's zoom in on what we consider to be the backbone of warehouse operations.
Sellercloud makes it easy to create picklists on demand. You can have them at the end of the day, created automatically, or you can manually create them. Lens offers a real-time visibility picklist page with two modes. It's kiosk and details. Here, you can see it's, as I said, it's updated in real time, and it's best placed in a large screen where you can track every detail of the picklist picking.
Of course, the kiosk mode just gives the essential information. We have a lot more data, and it can be found in the details mode. There, you can see 4 additional tabs. The first one being the products. With the products, you can see the SKU, a picture of the product, and of course, if you click on any of these, you can auto-log in to Skustack admin to see what is going on there. The second tab is the status of the order. There, you can see whether an order is shipped or unshipped, whether something is picked or unpicked, and of course, the products contained in it. The third tab is the movements. Of course, it is really similar to insights because it is a chart showing the granular progress of the movements related to the pick list. And also, below it, we have the information feed, where you can see exactly what is happening. The fourth and final tab is the employee feed, and it gives you a full transparency of the work being done. Of course, just as a cherry on top, we added various filters for you to customize and quickly narrow down the needed information. Of course, moving beyond what work has been done, let's now talk about who did the work.
This is a great way to segue into the workforce management feature. Here in the simple UI, you get a quick glance at everything that has happened during the day. Here, we have a list of all the employees. On the left, you can sort them by alphabetical order or by duration. Above, we have a calendar view. Each dot represents each day and the activity that has happened. The more opaque the dot, the more activity happened. Next up, we have the chart view, which shows each employee sorted by their duration. But furthermore, clicking on an employee shows a slide out with their detailed information regarding the day. Here, you can see what movements they've made during the day, and you can also, by the way, a quick tip, you can also click on the colored text and filter and show exactly the data that you need. Also scroll down and you see a detailed breakdown of each movement with contextual data so that you don't have to jump tabs and search for it separately.
Really, the workforce management is not about managing people, it's about harnessing potential. We showed you different aspects of the warehouse management, so let's now take a step further and add some visual context to the whole thing. Thanks to our spatial intelligence features, we give you, our clients, the right toolbox for you to go out there and explore and create a digital twin of your warehouse. Every warehouse is unique, and this was one of the most complicated problems that we solved. Of course, we found out that one common thing between all of the warehouses is the bin, so we use it as a single source of truth regarding the way your warehouse is laid out, because most often bin names contain information about levels, base, or racks. So we know that different areas contain different naming conventions, but we cover all of this. So now let's walk you through the whole process of the warehouse viz.
So as you can imagine, it all first starts by selecting a warehouse. You can quickly know which warehouse is eligible for the spatial intelligence features, as only the one with the purple icon next to them are bin enabled. And as Dimitar said, bins are the single source of truth for your warehouse. So after selecting a warehouse, we're greeted with a quick dashboard showing some information about the warehouse. And here we're interested in the big button, Enter Floor Planner. There, using unique Sellercloud logic, we detect different naming conventions in your warehouse. Each convention represents a percentage of the structure of your warehouse. We use this to go out there and see how we can start the process.
Each configuration is broken down into the building blocks, so we ask you to tell us the meaning behind each part. First, we start whether something is a racking system or not. For example, this conventional screen has three parts. We developed an intuitive drag and drop feature which allows us to just pick the different terms and drop them into the blocks. It's easy to assign what each part represents. For example, the first part here represents an aisle. If we are confused about the whole thing, we have graphics that will make the whole process a lot easier and comprehensible.
This bin naming convention part consists of 4 aisles, 8 racks, and 33 bins. So, yeah, it's easy to just drag and drop and assign them.
Yeah, and if you hover on any of these, you will see a list of possible values. The third and final part of this convention is the bin. So once it is configured, we can go back and start the exploration process.
Here in the overview page, we can see now that we have 3 naming conventions configured, and they cover 91% of the warehouse, which is plenty for us to go there and plot individual racks or group of racks, as we're going to see. We have 2 options, which will segue into the edit mode and the view mode of the warehouse planner.
The edit mode allows you to plan a layout of your warehouse and make changes, while the view mode allows you to track different processes across your warehouse. Let's now check a video with the editing to see how easy it is to map a warehouse. First, you will see the sidebar. There, you will see the groups of elements based on the conventions that we configured. As you see, it's really dynamic. You can move things around, they snap together, you can change them around, you can resize them, or just go out there and explore. Of course, on the site you will see different racks, and if you click on any of them, you can see the bins that are in the rack itself.
And the product contents inside each bin. We also have a really intuitive copy and paste button, which would allow you to go to the search and see where this product is contained within your warehouse. So no more searching blindly where this product resides.
Yeah, and if you notice right here, you will see that some of the components are the ones that we saw earlier. So it's really just snapping everything together. Now, let's imagine that we have our warehouse mapped out. Once configured, we can check them in view mode. There, if we click on a rack, we will see a distribution by the levels. We will see the products, the capacity, or really anything that the bin contains. If we click on a bin, you can copy the name and use our search functionality to see where exactly in the warehouse it is located, in what rack or in what aisle. If you click on the bin or the rack itself, you will see the slide out open with the products containing the movements and everything, really. You can also search for a SKU. It's just as easy as clicking the SKU button, pasting the SKU, and you will see where exactly a product is located. Of course, if it's located in a few or more bins, they will all be highlighted for you to explore.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah. Our favorite feature, however, is the picklist search. You can search for picklists and you will immediately see the progress of the picklist. This means the time between picking items, the order, who picked them, and you can make your own conclusions based on the map itself.
And that's just scratching the surface of all the possibilities. And I'm sure that each and every one of you will have a great deal of ideas that you can reach out to us and share. So maybe we should put the icing on the cake now?
Yeah, sure. To make your
Absolutely.
experience in our applications even smoother, we bring you the universal search.
Universal search really lets you find anything that you can think of. SKUs, orders, pick lists, warehouses, serial numbers even.
We have dynamic results, and based on your input, we will give you an output with colors and schemes for you to find out what you're looking for. Of course, if you search for a product, you'll see everything related to the product, where it is located, what warehouse, what SKU. The same, of course, goes for pick lists and serials.
The context we provide with each search is just amazing. As you can see, you don't have to search for pick lists in Sellercloud in order to see their status, for example, or the progress that has been done with them.
The search is available everywhere in our app. And now, we would like to take a moment to tell you that Lens works everywhere. It is not only available as a web application, but you can also access it from your mobile phones. You can go on the App Store, whether it's Android or iPhone, and download it right now. We also bring you light and dark mode, since this was one of the most requested features. Sellercloud wouldn't be what it is today without you, our clients. It is our philosophy to rely on your feedback and to improve and to iterate. Of course, some of the features that you saw right now are in their early days, but of course, we have a lot of ideas and we would like to talk to you, and we always welcome your feedback.
Absolutely. So as you can see, Lens is just one building block in the whole Sellercloud ecosystem, and it fits really nicely when you need to just figure out what is happening.
We got data from Sellercloud. We got the use case from Skustack. We got the know-how from SKUbox, and we can't wait to talk to you. Thank you all for being here and being part of the Sellercloud family.
Thank you.